Ethan was never the most talented kid in his class. In fact, if you asked anyone, they would probably say he was average at best. He wasn't the fastest runner, not the smartest student, and definitely not the most skilled artist. But there was one thing about Ethan that made him different. He never gave up. In school, there was a boy named Ryan who was known as the talented one. Ryan could draw beautiful sketches without even trying. His lines were smooth, his ideas were creative, and his work always impressed everyone. Teachers praised him, classmates admired him, and Ethan quietly compared himself to him. One day, the teacher announced an art competition. The winner would get a scholarship to a prestigious academy. Everyone knew Ryan would win it, seemed obvious. Ethan thought the same. For a moment, he considered not even participating. What's the point? He whispered to himself, I'm not talented like him. But that night, something changed. Ethan looked at his old drawings. They weren't great. Some were messy, others incomplete. But he noticed something: every drawing was slightly better than the last. A small improvement, a tiny step forward. That's when he made a decision. I may not have talent, he said softly, but I can work harder than anyone else. From that day on, Ethan practiced every single day. While others played games or scrolled on their phones, he sat quietly with his sketchbook. He studied shadows, shapes, and details. He watched tutorials, copied techniques, and made hundreds of mistakes. Days turned into weeks. Weeks turned into months. His hands often hurt. His eyes got tired, and many times he felt like quitting. There were nights he stared at his drawing and thought, this is still not good enough. But he kept going. Meanwhile, Ryan continued to rely on his natural ability, practice sometimes, but not consistently. After all, things came easy to him. The day of the competition finally arrived. Students displayed their artwork, each hoping to win. Ryan's piece was, as expected, beautiful, smooth, confident, and catching. Then came Ethan's turn. At first glance, his work didn't scream genius, but when people looked closer, they noticed something different. The details were incredible. The effort was visible in every line. The depth, the shading, the emotion. It told a story. The judges took their time. Silence filled the room. Then the result was announced. First place. Ethan. The room went quiet. Ryan was shocked. Others couldn't believe it. How did the average boy win? The answer was simple. Ryan had talent. Ethan had something stronger: hard work. After the competition, one of the judges approached Ethan and said, people think talent is something you're born with, but what they don't see is the hours of practice behind it. What you have, that's real talent, because it's built, not given. Ethan smiled, not because he won, but because he proved something to himself. He was never untalented. He was just unfinished. And through hard work, he had shaped himself into something greater. Because in the end, talent is not magic. It's just hard work in disguise. Nadu paragraph key. Sorat my do. Ethan was never the most talented kid in his class. If anything, people often described him as average. Struggled with things that came naturally to others, especially art. In the same class, there was Ryan, the boy everyone called gifted. Ryan could sketch effortlessly, turning blank pages into stunning artwork within minutes. Teachers praised him, students admired him, and Ethan silently compared himself, feeling smaller each time. When an important art competition was announced at school, most people already believed Ryan would win. Even Ethan doubted himself. For a moment, he thought about not participating at all, convincing himself that without talent, there was no chance. But that night, something shifted inside him. Ethan looked through his old drawings and noticed a pattern. While none of them were extraordinary, each one was slightly better than the last. There was progressive, slow, almost invisible, but real. That realization gave him a spark of hope, decided that even if he wasn't talented, he could outwork everyone else. From that day forward, Ethan committed himself fully. He practiced every day without excuses. While others relaxed, he studied techniques, observed details, and filled countless pages with sketches. His journey wasn't easy. His hands ached, his confidence wavered, and there were nights when frustration nearly made him quit. Still, he continued, improving little by little with each passing day. As weeks turned into months, Ethan began to change. His lines became steadier, his shading more realistic, and his ideas more expressive. What once felt impossible slowly became natural through repetition and effort. Meanwhile, Ryan relied mostly on his natural ability. He was still good, very good, but he didn't push himself the way Ethan did. For Ryan, drawing remained easy, so he never felt the need to struggle or grow beyond his comfort zone. Ethan, on the other hand, had built everything from the ground up. His progress was not quick, but it was strong, shaped by discipline and persistence rather than raw talent. The day of the competition finally arrived. Students displayed their artwork with nervous excitement. Ryan's piece was impressive, just as everyone expected: clean, confident, and visually striking. Then came Ethan's work. At first glance, it seemed simple, but the more people looked, the more they noticed its depth. Every detail carried effort. Every shadow was carefully placed, and there was a quiet emotion within it that connected with the viewer. It didn't just look good, it felt real. When the judges announced the winner, the room fell silent. Ethan's name echoed through the hall, surprising everyone who had underestimated him. After the competition, one of the judges approached Ethan and told him something he would never forget. People believe talent is a gift, but they rarely see the hard work behind it. What you've built through effort, that's true talent. In that moment, Ethan understood something powerful. He was never lacking talent. He was simply in the process of creating it. Through patience, struggle, and relentless effort, he had transformed himself. And that's when the truth became clear: talent is not something you're born with. It is something you build, step by step, through hard work. Because in the end, talent is nothing more than hard work in disguise.